This is Andi Purewal for ID Boxing. I'm joined by promoter Dmitry Salita here in London. Dmitry, not the night you was hoping for. Your charge, Jermaine Franklin, came up just short in his fight with Dillian Whyte tonight, although a lot of people felt he had done enough to be the man who should have had his hand raised. Just your initial reaction to what you saw tonight between the pair of them in the ring.
So you said a couple of statements that need to be broken down. So yeah, Jermaine won tonight. I haven't had one guy that come to me and say, I felt that Jermaine didn't win. Not one. Not one guy on my text, here in the press, not one person felt that he lost. Not one person felt it was a draw. That's the truth. And I'm very happy that the writers are objective and the reporters and call it how they see it. But Jermaine won the fight tonight, so I'm very proud and happy that he showed that he's one of the elite heavyweights in the world. Because Dillian Whyte is number 5, number 6, top of the line heavyweight. Jermaine arrived tonight. He was a 12-1 underdog. Came here from the United States, thousands of miles away. No one gave him a chance, and he won. The judges just didn't see it that way, but everybody else did. So, we'll look at tapes and figure out our options. But Jermaine showed that he's one of the best in the world.
Dmitry, walk me through the fight from your perspective, please, just kind of from the first round onwards. Jermaine won a lot of fans tonight from his approach. Just how did you see it as it was all developing?
Yeah, I thought that Jermaine, I thought that Dillian would start out stronger in the first 3 rounds. He got tired as the fight went on. He's very experienced, so he sprinted in a couple of the rounds to try and win the rounds. And but Jermaine was, to me, won at 8-4, 9-3, was more active, blocked a lot of the shots, good defense, good jab, fought a very experienced fighter, and showed that he's one of the best in the world.
There seems to be moments in there where Jermaine had actually hurt Dillian. In those times, did you feel like Jermaine could have put the foot on the gas a little bit more?
I did. You know, this is Jermaine's first 12-round fight, so he may have been concerned with going the distance, although I think he did a great job. It was a very high-paced fight for a heavyweight fight, and a lot of back and forth, pushing, and Dillian was a big guy, putting a lot of pressure on Jermaine. So, you know, Jermaine also only fought once in the last 3 years, so he wasn't his best. He won tonight, but he wasn't his best. And hopefully the fans and the press demand a rematch, and hopefully it'll happen sometime down the line. Maybe not right away because we want it, but Dillian obviously is may want to fight Joshua, and there's few things that can stop that from happening because it's a big fight in the UK. But I do think that it makes sense for the future, and I think that Jermaine showed himself as an elite heavyweight, and will definitely be back here on these shores to fight other big fights.
Speaking of a potential rematch there, Dmitry, Dillian was asked during a press conference and was very dismissive of it, and I kind of posed the question to him, if he was to go online and see the reaction, see people thinking that Jermaine had done enough to win, would that change his mind? Would it influence him to think, maybe I should revisit a rematch for his own perspective? Do you think there is any chance on it happening?
I mean, you know, for as a boxing fan, the media's goal is to be objective and to be truthful. You can build up the fight, you can say whatever you want, you can, make a script, but when fights happen, you have to tell the truth. And the media and the boxing fans talk the truth, and not one person told me I felt that Dillian Whyte won. Not one person here in the press, and this is all 100% UK press, said that, I felt that Dillian won. It was close, but Dillian won. No one told me that. Everybody felt Jermaine won. So, people just have to saying the truth and saying what they say. And what will happen is out of our control. That's Magic, my new friend from Team Whyte. So he's smiling as I'm saying what I'm saying. But Magic, you my man, Magic, my fairy tale. But it's not. So let me say about fairy tales. Yesterday, we've opened up a brand new bag of gloves, and Magic said these are used gloves. So talking about fairy tales and stories, brother, please. Yeah, it's all good.
I'm not hopeful views. These are hopeful views. So don't say don't bring him in or say anything like that. Be very respectful, because I'm very respectful. Don't try and be disrespectful.
So it's all going off behind the scenes here. Hopefully that's seen too quickly. I see security in between them, to be fair. Dmitry, I don't want to keep you for too much longer because I imagine you've got to go and attend to that as well. So, just a final word. The word robbery gets thrown around a lot. It's not a nice one to use in the sport. Do you feel like Jermaine was robbed tonight?
I feel that Jermaine won the fight and he didn't get the decision. Yes. How do you feel? What do you feel like? Honestly.
It's not my place to say, but I did think Jermaine had done enough to have his hand raised.
Yeah. So I did an interview with 2 other reporters and they said the same thing. So and that's the job of the reporters. If Dillian would have won, I think they should say the same thing. So it's all good.
Dmitry, listen, safe travels back to the UK. I'll leave you to go and deal with that issue there. Thank you.
Magic, you're a peaceful man, right? Okay, good.